What does it mean to be resilient? In accordance with Webster, resilient means to return to the original form or position after being bent, compressed, or stretched. It also means to recover readily from illness, depression, or adversity. These very words are the perfect description of a woman whom I have admired and loved wholeheartedly my entire life. This wonderful and resilient woman that I speak of is my grandmother, Bernice. My grandmother was born August 15, 1932, the oldest of 12 kids. Now, in those days, it was very difficult financially for a family to raise 12 children. Therefore, my grandmother was made to stay at home to help care for her younger brothers and sisters while her parents worked. As a result of that, she only attained a fourth grade level education and never learned to read or write. But did that stop her? No. Like I said, she's a very, very resilient woman. She went on to marry and have 5 kids. Now, after she married, she fell victim to abuse and then eventually abandoned by her husband. She was left broke and destitute to raise 5 children on her own. She took that with the greatest of ease and persevered. She raised her children. Later on in her life, she was stricken with a stroke where she lost partial movement on the right side of her face. But did that stop her? No. She persevered. She moved on. A few years later, she lost her youngest child. He was stabbed to death. But did that break her? No. She kept lifting her head up and thanking God for everything that she's had, for waking up, for breathing. That is the type of woman that my grandmother is and has always been. She has an amazing love for family. She took care of me as a young child. My mother was a young mother herself, so my grandmother took me on as her child and raised me until the woman that I am today, and I love her for that. Later on, she gained custody of some of her grandchildren. She's always been there. She's the glue that holds our family together. If it weren't for her, I don't think our family bonds would be as strong as they are today. Despite abuse, illiteracy, abandonment, and the death of a child, Miss Bernice, as everyone calls her, will lift her head and thank God for the wonderful life that she has lived. She often says how blessed she is to have lived this long to see her grandchildren, her children grown. How many of us, after undergoing all the trials and tribulations that she did, could do that? I know it would be awful difficult for me too. So that is why she is and will forever be the queen of my heart.